on this like that the Ain't No Rest for the Trigger video was exclusively about her, or like that it was about her at all, and they're still convinced by this. And it's like, I don't know what to tell you. It's just not true. It weakened the entire video by pointing that out because it literally just makes you seem fucking insane. But if they want to believe that, like, whatever. Like, I really could give a fuck. These people have not been in my mind for years now and only appear when they themselves insert themselves. Like, the last time that I mentioned Francesca Ramsey, I think was probably on this show because she talked about me.
Yeah.
And lied and said that, like, I paid IMDb to put her in my credits for my video as if I give a fuck about IMDb. The guy who gets shit about, like, oh, I've seen 3 movies. Yeah, I have an IMDb account. What? Are you serious? Why the fuck would I want you in the credits for anything? Why do I care about IMDb credits? I didn't do that. That was an accusation. That video was about her was an accusation. Just completely false. The self-centered attitude about, like, oh, that could only be me because who else, this is literally an argument. Who else was black and had dreadlocks in 2017? What the fuck? My cousins, first off. But, like, what the fuck? Like, I don't even...
I think
it is deranged to a point where, like, even if I was sorry, there are aspects that I feel bad about. Like, I don't like that people, like, used my videos to be shitty to people. Like, obviously that sucks. And I probably would authentically apologize if that was all that was being asked. But the idea that it's also prepackaged with these, like, assumptions that, like, he fucking he paid IMDb to, like, put my name in his credits so I would be forever attached to him, and he made so much money off of me. You were 3 videos, lady. Like, I don't know how to... Halo made me a lot more money. Yeah. So, like, I don't know what... I simply can't care, and with all due respect, fuck off. And that's my approach. If you don't like my approach, then, like, maybe you should pray for more iDubbbz's, because you're not getting it from me.
Well, see, but that is the problem right there. It's like thinking that iDubbbz, let's be real, he went above and beyond. iDubbbz actually went above and beyond because at the end of the day, when you think about the stuff that he did,
oh yeah,
where he was making edgy jokes. They were jokes at the end of the day. You don't have to like them. I don't care. It doesn't matter. They were jokes at the end of the day. He wasn't purposefully trying to harm someone. He wasn't actually going after people with the purpose of destroying their lives. Right. Things that are actually going on when we mention content creators who are actually trying to harm marginalized groups.
Right.
Who are literally trying to do stuff like that. And so iDubbbz, the idea that
intent doesn't matter is ridiculous. Especially now when there's so many people with intentionally bad actions.
But
yeah, finish.
Francesca Ramsey, who's a Cat Black, and then a lot of other people, these zealots, all these people have, like, progressive ideals, but then there's these ones that try to take it too far. Like this person that made this video, very, like, nothing's good enough, moving goalpost. That's gonna continuously fucking happen with these people, and then you just don't pay attention to those people anymore.
Yeah.
Their voices mostly died out, and then when you think about it, say, you, me, there are people who are always progressive, and I don't know how your interactions have been a lot, but there's a lot of progressive content creators who would be considered breadtube. We're cool. We're fine. I talk to a lot of these people. They're chill. There's these, like, I don't talk to Francesca Ramsey or
of course not.
But, like, those people, when they bursted onto the scene, and one thing that they didn't understand, there was a guy that was friends with Sargon that recently, who said something about, oh, they won the culture war, this, that. They were talking about pronouns. It was around pronoun Starfield thing. This guy was freaking out, saying things like, oh, so it turns out you weren't actually against their politics. You cared about them being pieces of shit and, like, acting like assholes. And I'm like, yes! Yes,
of course.
So that guy was mad, thinking that we didn't like those people because they're on the left. And I'm like, that was never the fucking argument with a lot of us.
Yeah,
we were fine with what they were arguing. Is they were being so fucking hostile about it. They were being over the top about this.
The frustration, and I've been transparent about this from day one. I was so frustrated to see perspectives that I agreed with portrayed so irresponsibly and so stupidly and so categorically dumb.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and it just bothered the hell out of me. Like, you couldn't, like, what precludes you? Like, some of the best left-wing comedians ever were, like, the most offensive ones.
Yes.
And, like, the idea that would, like, preclude you, it's just like, I don't get that. Like, it's crazy.
I think
George Carlin, are you serious?
It all boils down to the idea of these people trying to whether it's genuine or disingenuous or not. I think that a conversation would have been better than directed, pinpointed content at people. I think either way.
Yeah, probably.
Either way, I think it would have been better.
Unfortunately,
I think obviously, hindsight's 2020.
Of course.
We're able to take a step back now and see like, oh, maybe a genuine conversation, but I think it became too much about personality and perspectives.
Yeah.
On probably either side, where it's like, oh, Chris Ray-Gun's kind of an asshole. I don't want to fucking deal with him. When better is someone does something that's stupid, especially at that time, where it was actually fairly much easier to interact as content creators. Mm-hmm. Because now everybody's in their camps. Like everybody's already up in their fucking towers with their beliefs, right?
Yeah.
Because we unfortunately now have people who really suck now.
But that's what I mean. It's
they're bad. Like
even
Andrew Tate sucks.
Of course.
Sneeko fucking sucks. Aiden Ross is a
dude. Fucking
these motherfuckers are idiots. These are actually dumb motherfuckers.
Dude, objectively racist idiots,
like
moron,
just unapologetic.
Unapologetic.
Like fresh and fit.
So when I see a video in 2024 about 2016 me, and I watch the clips, and it just seems like the worst it seems like is that like a loosely like out of touch liberal who is not terminally online, right? So it's like all lives matter. What's the problem? That sounds like it makes sense. You know what I mean? Or like, you know what I mean? Or like you hate cops just because they're cops. What do you mean? Like surely there must be good cops, like holistically, right? Like there's nothing. What exactly precludes that?
Disagreeing with these persons. That's what makes it even more stupid. Like you're not disagreeing.
Well, you've known me for like the entire time.
I've known
so
you
you
for
know
years.
this.
So I know directly you're not a bigoted fucking insane person.
Not to,
but also somebody
only to you, but like
somebody. Only, I mean, yeah.
You're standing.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
You're standing. You're like, oh, I don't need to fucking claim this. Like, it's like saying you're fucking crazy. It's like, oh, that's wild. I'm racist. And to your come home two black friends you hang out with more than anyone else around.
Well, to be fair, that is the excuse. I was like, well, I have black friends. You know what I mean? Like, I get it from that angle.
I understand that, right? But you can say that all you want, but then there's people that like, oh, I have a black friend. Yeah, but their closest friends are usually not that. You're like, oh, I have a black.
Yeah, they're not.
I know a black person.
They're not on their podcasts. They're not living with them.
It's not. Yeah,
it's not like.
And you don't actually
very separate.
You don't actually use that as an excuse, which you just live it, and that's why somebody on the outside, like Kingston pointed out, saying like, that's real, opposed to you literally using it as a scapegoat because you have one guy that you met in high school or some shit.
Right,
you know?
right.
I met Jalen and I'm automatically not racist.
Like, how could I be racist? But like,
but it's just those arguments where it's like
most of my friends are black and Puerto Rican actually. Like if you want to be weirdly focused on that, I guess.
Yeah. I just want people that are listening around to understand. And if some of these progressive ideological people happen to be perking their ears up and listening to this segment at all, I'm speaking for myself, I'm technically speaking for Chris because I've known him. There's a few other people who were making similar content to us that it was never about, oh, just liberal policies or progressive politics are bad. It was always about motherfuckers censoring things, trying to move goalposts and act like what you're doing is not good enough, being hostile towards everybody, not trying to. They always say, they always say this like, oh, you catch more flies with honey or some bullshit like that. Like the thing of like not renouncing some shit, like the fact that Ida renounced his bullshit, right, and was like he disavows it. That not being good enough on its own is fucking insane because what you really want at the end of the day is say there's a racist person. What you want at the end of the day is for him to not be racist anymore.
Exactly.
They want them dead.
Well,
they want them dead.
That's already problematic.
Which, by the way,
even that's problematic. Even that's hyperbolic.
Well,
at the same time.
You know what? It's specifically right wing. It's specifically like there's no room for rehabilitation.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Execute them. Get rid of the prison. What do you mean? Like there's no way to. People can't improve. People can't change. What are you talking about? It's so ironic that like I don't know. Get fucked. All of you.
What needs
we've
to be
had
said
those problems
before this end. We need to say this thing, right? People out there that are these extreme leftist people. These are very left-leaning people. We really, truly, honestly do agree with you on a lot of the policies you guys go for. We really do. We think those things are important and we think those things do need to be spoken about. Oftentimes people that were speaking about them, a lot of us would agree that they were not people to be speaking about those things. We should not have people that are not academics trying to push academics in a very pseudo-pop sort of like click-worthy,
diluted way. Yeah,
it's not healthy for our
BuzzFeed
perspective.
was not the place to be pushing politics. They just didn't know how to handle it. They were so irresponsible with it.
It wasn't helpful for our perspectives. I think that the things you guys stand for are things that are worth being stood for. But I think we have to, instead of picking at people that have maybe had some perspectives that were not the best, but they were genuinely pushing for the betterment of people, there are people that are bad. Like, there are really fucked up people out there, and for you to choose your time to focus on someone, though Chris is an idiot and he says dumb shit sometimes, he is not the person for any of us to be aiming our hatred at.
There's literally a sex trafficker popular. I'm like,
So that's the question
You're
that I
no
want to
friend.
ask.
You're no friend. You're no friend of mine. Get fucked. I can agree with you night and day. I don't need you to like me. I don't need to like you. I could give a fuck because my political, preferences begin and end at policy. I could give a fuck. If you don't like me, if you like me, cool. I'm sitting next to you and I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna make you fucking uncomfortable as fuck when we win an election. And then I'll leave and I'll spit at you. Get fucked. Get away from me.
Exactly. Like we make jokes. We say fuck.
So I feel this is what I'm saying. It's like I can feel the Green Goblin coming out again. Where it's like I want.
That's so unimportant. And that's exactly the whole thing. Us making edgy jokes or whatever is so unimportant to the policies that we advocate.
And that's true. There's a disparity.
Dude, people get so angry with us on this show sometimes because when we focus on politics, because we're just so left wing. It is
bananas.
Well, let me say something. Like we are so left wing that it is somewhat obnoxious. I get it. If you're not like, I could see why that would be annoying.
Like a foreigner watching our podcast would be like, bro, stop talking about American.
Right. But like, that's what's so funny is that like the video, it's like here's one video or two videos from 2016 and a video from 2020 where he refuses to apologize, which is like, I still do, but then it's like, here's 5 years of hours and hours and hours of content, not just on here but on Sacred Symbols, where I also am like the main progressive voice on that show whenever politics comes up,
right?
And it's like, none of that counts because you don't care to look into it, you don't care to know. And that's fine. You don't have to know everything about everybody, but if you don't know everything about what you're talking about, shut the fuck up. That's a lesson I learned that you could probably learn from.
Yeah.
So in conclusion, get fucked.
Like, if you want to make a video on Chris Reagan on, say, maybe once you've done the research, and that's one thing. Look, I want to say something. I want to shout out somebody who at least like made a video, an old video and I was a part of it. It was that oh my god, I always forget what that app was. That it was like the first sponsorship. Thank you. It was like one of the first sponsorships we ever got. And then it just turned out to be kind of shitty. But it wasn't, people try to blow it out of proportion. It literally is nothing. When you think about, it didn't do exactly what it said it was going to do. Greedy company. And then they were trying to shit on creators for accepting it. It's like, how the fuck was I supposed to know what these people were going to do or what they were trying to sell? Yeah. So it was just like, they tried to make it a big deal. In hindsight, it was fucking nothing. However, so a creator, Turkey Tom, wanted to make a video about it. And instead of just guessing he fucking reached out to everybody that was involved.
Oh, he reached out to you?
Yeah. He DM'd me and he's like, hey man, like from your perspective, like give me like what's up and I want to know like what's going on. I was like, sure. Of course I'll talk to you because you're trying to actually do fucking the most basic journalism possible.
Yeah. Talking
to the person before including them in a video. And so that's how he operates. And I've met the people that operate that way. And then you have this fucking lunatic that made a video about you, didn't ask any questions, made assumptions. It was like, I once saw a video on me calling me a fucking grifter. I didn't see the video. I saw somebody sent me the thumbnail. They're like, check this out. And I was like, well, to be honest, I don't even want to watch it because I'm so far from being I would be the worst grifter on the planet because I make no money from my YouTube channel. I was just like, how am I a grifter?
That's what bothered me too, by the way, in the video. They talk about how they stopped making anti-SJW videos when it became not profitable. And it's like, motherfucker. Are
you stupid?
Isn't that insane?
Are you so fucking stupid? The fucking Quartering is a millionaire. He makes millions of dollars.
The manosphere
all of those motherfuckers
the manosphere is so
join fucking
lucrative.
Tenet Media, fucking Daily Wire. You're gonna tell me that it's not fucking profitable?
They don't understand. Like, this is why it's so difficult for me to take a lot of this
But
criticism.
it's like, how do they not understand? Do they not know the quartering exists?
No, I guess not. Like
they make so much more money than we've ever made, ever, in months. So I'm just like, how could you fucking accuse us of getting off the train when it was the most lucrative?
Look, Miss.
Crazy. It's fucking insane.
I know, and it's stupid.
Andy Pants Gaming. That piece of shit went from making gay regular content and then saying, "Oh, video games are all gay." Dude, he made a
Why are video games gay and woke? That is a
Dude,
title.
Did you see
That is
real title.
He had a recent one where the thumbnail is really funny, to be fair. It's like fat Master Chief in a wheelchair, and it says Master Chief is black, disabled, and gay. And it's like, it is funny.
Can I be honest? Hold on 1 second. I think I just saw a clip of one of his videos because somebody shared it on Twitter or something.
Yeah.
I'm all the way back to thinking he is satirical.
I think I might believe that too.
I think he made a motivational, like, being a man video with like motivational, like, soldiers in the background and like inspirational music, giving advice to be masculine. He's like, listen, you're not gay, you're not trans, you're not pansexual, you're not. And I was like, oh no.
This must be.
This isn't real.
It's too good.
It's not real.
It's too good.
What happens is, all in all, right? I think the need for conversation has been going on for a long time. We're not the villains, man. I'm so sorry to say.
I'll be your villain.
Chris, ignore Chris. Ignore Chris.
I'm itchy. You don't understand.
No. Chris is in a mode right
Inside
now.
me, there are two wolves. Both of them are hostile.
One's gay and one is really gay.
One's gay, and the other is gay.
The third wolf spectating them is gay as well.
The third wolf is looking from across the room, jerking off.
And we're not the enemies, you know. Like, look, you're a black woman, right? You're like just like me, and you're also Hispanic, just like me. So unfortunately, I'm sorry, we're
Is she?
We're dope. She's black and Mexican.
Oh, I had no idea.
Oh, Mexican.
I assumed this was like a.
She's not Caribbean, but she's Hispanic technically.
Okay, that's enough distance.
I think that's crazy. You said that out loud.
I might know who this is.
You probably do.
I think I might know who this is now. Now that because I didn't know she was black, I probably know who this is because I've seen this one black creator make those same arguments about iDubbbz and about elevating black voices and doing this and such.
Maybe.
But okay, look.
And I think in an FD Signifier video, actually.
I think it might have. Oh my God!
It might be the same person. It might be the same person.
Listen to this, right? At the end of the day, Chris is even willing to acknowledge his wrongs and falseness in the video. You can watch him. We're in our comedy pocket right now, and we're making jokes. But he was able to acknowledge his wrongs. If you ever wanted to directly talk to him, I'm sure he would just talk to you, and you'd be able to get a very constructive and concise view on him because we grow and we change.
I don't think they
Dude,
care.
8 fucking years. It's because
I don't think
if
they
she cares, she would have reached out.
She would have. Yeah.
Well, yes.
Oh,
but
Chris said something 8 years ago. I wonder if he still believes that. I'll DM him.
Normally, look, let's just say that didn't cross her mind. She wasn't at that perspective. I think it's a little wild that didn't cross her mind, but there, right? There's chronicles of him being a person that is at least half decent, you know.
Half decent.
It's so heavily chronicled, you know. Like me, I put myself an &1 person, right? I say shit that will make. I can say shit that make a Klansman be like, "Yo, chill."
Look, at stupid jokes is not is not a litmus test for if you have good character.
I know, but what happens is that a lot of people that have our sense of humor, unfortunately, they fall into certain groups. Let's be
look,
real.
Man, here's the thing.
We're not that.
I think there might be. Hold on. I think there might be crossover. But here's the thing.
Yeah, true.
A lot of shows and stuff that we watch or consumed over the years, and comedians that we consumed.
Yeah,
let's just say George Carlin, for example. He was name dropped already. There are so many normies that like this guy, and they don't know anything about Nick Fuentes or what was that, Richard Spitz. They don't know anything about that shit.
Yeah, there's an onlineness that comes from.
There is
so close.
They're mad that so even though like so many people have dark and stupid and immature and childish sense of humors, and they're acting like it's just these people. It's just and I'm like, that's not even a thing. again, this is what happens when you're just terminally online. You forget that real, regular fucking people will go to comedy clubs and hear people say the dumbest fucking bullshit and then just go back to their lives.
You know, we'll laugh at things. We'll
not thinking about anything about like, oh, I don't like black people or gay people. They're not having those thoughts.
I say a lot of fuck shit all the time, right? I say a lot of fuck shit all the time. I do a lot of fuck shit.
Yeah, why?
My sense of humor is
why?
Why? Why? Because I think it's funny.
Exactly.
It's simply,
you don't need to go any further than that.
You know, like obviously,
you don't need to go any further than that.
Speak all in words. You know, like I stand by my gay friends. Whenever something really fucked up happens, I vocalize how much I think it's stupid. You know, I understand.
Do you not think it's a problem how much you're explaining?
No, I think it's a problem. I'm explaining about this is what this person wants. So I'm at least trying to.
That's not what they want.
No,
they don't want that.
What happens is they can never say I didn't. At least try to come forward and talk about this. Okay. I try to be a person where, though I may say fuck things, I try to stand on these certain morals that I have, you know?
Yeah, and look, it annoys me that you even have to say that.
I feel like I shouldn't always have to say it, but it takes, at a certain point, it'll be a disconnect until one person attempts to connect. At that moment afterwards, it's no longer up to you. You only done so much.
Right. The thing that bothers
that's
me.
where it is. It's like you can be mad at me not saying or saying whatever I want, right? If me coming to you at a point where, like, if I mess up something, right, and I say I'm sorry. If you want a sorry, right? I don't know what the hell. I really hope that's not me.
Well, this is like, well, here's kind of like,
I'll be so offended.
As you're a little
old Kingston. Your hair's gone.
The nose isn't pointy enough.
But I actually wanted, like, this actually kind of plays into a part of it. Like, one of the big things that she said, like, I'm sure I don't know if you were at that point in the stream because you were in the chat a little bit, was like the insistence that this cartoon character in this animated video, which by the way I didn't draw and had no input. I literally just gave the lyrics to an artist. Was supposed to be Francesca Ramsey, right? Insistence, because no other black woman in 2017 had dreadlocks apparently. She reached out to the artist because she was like, something doesn't add up. Like, you mean to tell me you invented that design from nothing? Like, you didn't have a reference for this character? It just happens to look stereotypically. It just happens to look like Francesca Ramsey. Are you kidding? It doesn't really. But her inability to understand that you can just make up a fucking design for a person as you're drawing without a reference is insane, especially because the parts of this video where she's not showing clips is her drawing. So she's an artist who can't conceptualize that people can make things up.
Oh, without a reference?
Yeah.
Is that what she's saying?
Like, yeah, she said. What's
so
funny,
she's a tracer.
Well, yeah. Well, one of the things is like she said literally like as an art major, which I'm like, oh my god.
Well,
so I'm not trying to be uncharitable. I'm as uncharitable as you are to me, quite frankly, right? I am open to communicating, and in that stream I think I did a pretty good job of like explaining like why. I'm snarky and I'm a little standoffish for sure. But like there are things that I agree with, but then like when you just throw these lies in where it's just like this is definitely based on this and this is the proof that I have, it's like it's not proof at all. I just don't understand why would I lie about it? If that was Francesca Ramsey in the video, I would say it because I've made videos about it.
Say that
like,
wouldn't change anything.
That's what I wanted. I wanted to bring that up
now between your hating then and before, because they still hate you.
I know.
If she's watching this video, if she watched this segment at all, if somebody brings this to her attention,
no shot.
I would like. Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
But like, I would like to know what would happen if Chris said it was her. I want to know that. What would that change? What you think of him?
Right.
No, because like it's such a weird thing.
They're convinced that I'm trying to lie about it by saying it's not her, but it's like there's no reason.
And it's like, and think about it, it's like, oh, if he's lying, is there some type of gotcha? What does it do? That's what it's like. Move past it. It does nothing. Even if he was lying about it, it doesn't do anything.
How about instead of all of that, just talk to us? How about you reach out. And instead of that, you have a seat with us.
Look it, man.
Look, a simple conversation. We hash it out.
So first of all, again, why I brought up Turkey Tom, I said like this. I think this would already would have happened. Number two, this is not. Remember when Lacey Green tried to talk to anti-SJWs, and a lot of those progressive ideologues were just shitting on her. They were upset at her. And those are the same people. This person obviously is one of those people that would be upset at Lacey Green for trying to extend an olive branch. That's not everybody.
I guess she was defending. I mean, she was defending Cat Black, who like went on an unhinged rant for hours and hours and hours for several days on end about how like it was just like not right of her to date me and all this stuff.
Oh,
It's
that
like,
stream?
Oh,
yeah.
right.
That's Cat Black. That's Cat
that's
Black.
what Cat Black is?
Yeah, and that's why I personally like. Look, I don't know anything about Cat Black's like professional life. Maybe she's talented. Maybe she does good stuff. I really don't care. My gripe with her is personal. It's actually the only personal gripe that I have with anybody on this platform. Because for no fucking good reason, you like went after my girlfriend at the time and sent a shit ton of harassment her way for literally not even an opinion, not even like a bad take, literally just literally a personal decision. And no, I'm not interested in pretending like that's like a worthy fucking characteristic. Fuck Cat Black. To the end of the earth.
Dude, she fucking drew me with a Nazi armband with a swastika. She drew me in one of her fucking videos.
Was it fire?
Exactly.
No. If the drawing looked like me, no, you know what it was? It was a fucking caricature of a black person. And
Was
then,
it?
no, it would have been, if it looked like me, I would have been like, yo, this is fire.
You are a black person. I don't know, maybe.
There was a caricature of like just some random nigga with an armband on, but it was supposed to be like
I think you did this to yourself.
She called me
because of the some black guy shit. You've often been used as random niggas. I don't know why so many. Like,
Well,
it's more than anyone I've ever met. It's
well,
like,
that shit was funny.
It's so funny that
That shit
people,
was- that shit was funny.
the idea that people would type in Google some black guy and not just black
Not
guy
black
is
guy.
so
That's
funny.
what's so confusing to me. That's what's so confusing.
when
I'm
I
like, who
saw
would type that
I
in?
couldn't. When you asked me for the clip for the audio, because I didn't give you the audio because I didn't believe what was going on. I was like, why did everybody think Derek died? Like, what? And then I saw that on the internet one time, and I was like, Lily, is that Derek? She was like, did he die? I was like, we saw him a week ago.
That still is
I
weird.
don't think he died. I was like scared. I was like, did Derek actually fucking? Did he ask me for his last wish and I just ignored the nigga? Like, did I just? Am I that kind of guy?
Can you imagine?
Just ignore it. Just like,
Anyway.
hey, man, I'm
Yeah,
going through
yeah.
a lot right now. Would you mind just sending me a quick thank you? Suck
Epic
my
stuff.
dick, die faster.
But yeah.
Anyway, yeah,
Some
look.
of these people are assholes. That's really the biggest takeaway. Some of these people are
I wish
assholes.
you the best, miss. I hope you can understand that people change, and though sometimes people are allowed to change their opinions, but
Look,
at the end of the day, we don't owe you. People don't owe you this grandstanding gallivantingness of like changing platforms. I think Ian did a very good job. He could do more for you because he needs to do more. At the same time, I don't exactly think he does
I
need to do much
fucking
more.
hard
You know what?
disagree.
Yeah.
I think he did more
No.
than
I said if he would like to do more, he
Well,
can
then,
do
like,
more
I
if
just
he
don't
wants to.
understand what is even mentioning that as anything.
Well, no,
It's like
no, the thing
because
is,
what it sounds like to me is you're pandering to her.
I'm not pandering.
Well, if he wants to do more, what do you mean? What that is? He doesn't need to
Look,
do
it's- look,
anything.
look, look, look,
No,
guys,
I'm
so
saying
hard.
it's fine.
Stop.
I'm saying he could.
Hard stop.
If he could, he wanted to, but at the same time, it's up to him. He doesn't. You don't deserve
Yes.
him to do more.
Hard stop.
It's fine.
It doesn't need to be.
I wish you the
stated.
best. Also, fuck off. You know, with respect.
Please aim this heat at people that are trying to marry underage children, that are selling women.
I'm sure she does,
that
but-
are.
I don't think she
focusing-
does.
Oh,
that
no?
are-
I feel like
I don't know anything about her. I
Matter
can't
of fact,
say.
we'll jump on your team for those niggas. If you want to attack those motherfuckers, please. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say the N-word a lot. Okay, I'm gonna say the hard R because I think it's funny.
Nigga,
I'm
why you
gonna- I'm gonna-
pandering, bro?
I'm not pandering. I'm just being real. Like
He's trying to reach her, but I'm of the opinion that there's nothing to
Look,
reach.
if she was reachable, she
Right.
would have done the due
But
diligence.
I respect
Look,
I respect the optimism.
Dude, I saw.
across the aisle.
Look,
That's the
look.
thing.
Let me tell you. Let me give you Destiny, right? The streamer. He and I have had some encounters where he was just really hostile and being like really fucking.
Oh, yeah,
just,
same.
Bah. But I've heard in recent years, at least recently, he kind of calmed down a little bit. And also, somebody told me, I don't know if this is true, but that he would be willing to talk to me. But I didn't want to talk to him about the specific. It was the Israel-Palestine thing. I was not interested in, because in my opinion he was in my opinion he was villain maxing, and I didn't think there was any reason, because I can say this with 100% certainty. 100%. I don't say this about anything because I'm not arrogant or fucking think I know everything. That I know I'm right on that subject because of the history of just what happened. So him arguing against it, I was like, there's nothing healthy. I've heard his arguments too, where it was just basically war sucks. Too bad. kind of a thing. It was more of like, this happens in war. This isn't a genocide. This is war. I've heard his arguments, and I was like,
I don't know anything.
Well, there was no.
They can't.
There was
they
no.
don't have to be mutually exclusive.
Well, right, but to me, there was nothing that I could say to him that would. I just thought he was villain maxing because I know he's not stupid because I heard his argument against ethnic, say ethno states when the white supremacists were arguing, saying he was saying, hey, there is no way to do this in a peaceful way. You have to, if you want to remove people from the United States and create an ethno state, it will always be violent because the marginalized group or the brown people will not just leave. So it's going to have to be violent, like what happened with Palestine, right? Yeah. And so he made those arguments, and all of a sudden now he's not making those arguments. So when someone told me that he'd be willing to talk about it, I was, yeah, possibly. And so I was like, no, not about that. I don't have an interest in talking about that specifically because it's just a conversation, it can't go anywhere. If it's about other things, if he wants to discuss other things, and I'm not even against him, actually, I've listened to him quite a lot recently because I was interested on his takes.
He has some good points sometimes.
He has mostly good points.
Yeah, I agree.
The thing is, it was a lot of his hostility, like, again, with a lot of these progressive ideologues, their hostility was so fucking toxic. They didn't understand how they were driving people away. So I'm like, bro, nobody wants to fucking deal with you if you're that demanding.
It's the Green Goblin, man. Sometimes it's loud, man.
It's like
look, I'm hamming it up. I like to have conversations like that are like you know, level-headed and stuff. But like at the same time, like this is frustrating because it's 2016. You know, like holy fuck. I don't even think my parents care about what I was doing.
If somebody came at me
10 years ago,
do you remember, like, you know? I a long time ago, I might have mentioned this on the podcast before, where I thought gender and sex were the same thing years ago. I thought it was a synonym. I thought it was literally.
I respect that so much about this because you were very openly